Welcome back to STL TV Live. Sarah Bilbrey, the Community Liaison of Hope Hospice, is here with me. We've been talking about hospice care, what it is, the need for it, who's involved, who's on the team for patients who are nearing the end of their life, possibly. And let's talk a little bit about Hope Hospice, because I think if somebody needs hospice care, they need to know who to contact. And it could be through their physician or through their medical facility, or they can just call you guys directly. Is that right?
Yes. Hope Hospice, we're a Medicare, Medicaid, and VA certified program that provides care to individuals in St. Louis and all of the surrounding counties. Why us? You know, there's 20 plus organizations in the area, and that's something most people probably would not know.
I would never have known that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And you really want to work with individuals that provide the most personalized services. Yeah. And I think that is what we have to offer.
Yeah, and you guys, now you're about 8 years old, family-owned organization, and you have an interesting story. We were talking about it off camera about your mother. She started Hope Hospice.
She did.
Because of a personal situation.
Sure. She actually has, again, no medical background herself. She managed restaurants for 20 plus years, but she was in a situation where my grandfather was on hospice, residing in his own home, and she just recognized things that could be done much better, that focused more so on the patient, offered the support that really is necessary at that time, and that's where the vision came from. That was back in '03, but we actually opened our doors in '06.
Yeah, that's neat. So she saw an opportunity to provide more personalized care based on her experience with her father.
Yeah, like I said, I know she doesn't have the medical background. However, I think that works as an advantage for our group.
Well, and just based on what you were talking about in the last segment, hospice is much more than medical. It's really about the whole person, about their care, about giving them comfort and aid in their final months.
Yeah, you know, it's pain management and symptom control of not just the physical, but the emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual symptoms
and
as well.
I imagine there's a lot of care and help also provided to the family members. Is that correct?
I think in many cases, hospice can be just as beneficial to the family as it is to the patient, sometimes more.
Mm-hmm. So your caregivers form relationships with these patients and with their families. How is it for them to deal with death and dying? Are they specially trained? Is it difficult?
Yeah, you know, a lot of our staff members have been with us for a very long time. Obviously, the training is there. But I think the way I see it is most individuals that we care for, I say most because not all, most individuals have lived a good long life. You know, again, death is natural. Mm-hmm. So it makes it much easier for that transition because you're making them comfortable. You know, you're making them comfortable during their final journey. You know, people are very fearful of a painful death. Mm-hmm. They're going to be alone, where we provide that care and that support and that reassurance that that's not going to happen. That typically when a patient dies, you know, again, you know, we're going to feel sadness, but for whom? For us, because we're going to miss that relationship, not for them. You know, it's about you know, it's about comfort opposed to.
It sounds like a very rewarding profession from the way you describe it, that so much, we can learn so much from people, and those relationships that we form at the end of lives sometimes are very rewarding in and of themselves.
My goodness.
So let's talk about the practical side of hospice care. What about insurance? How are costs typically covered?
It's covered 100% by Medicare, Medicaid, the VA benefit, as well as HMO. There's no out-of-pocket expenses whatsoever. And all services related to the terminal condition would be wrapped under that umbrella. So all of the disciplines that I had just mentioned, as well as any medications, supplies, or equipment necessary for care. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, it's a great advantage. Supplies, again, incontinence supplies, whatever is necessary to make sure that they're comfortable in their own environment.
And if the care is needed for longer than is anticipated at the outset, is there a cap for how long most insurance companies will cover it? No,
there is no maximum. What we do, we have recertification periods in which we go in and reassess the patient to make sure they continue to meet those requirements. If not, hospice can always be stopped, but it can always be started up again as well.
Okay, so Hope Hospice, you guys are on Facebook,
We
is
are.
that right? Facebook page. You can reach Sarah we can reach Sarah that way. Also through your website.
HopeHospiceSTL.com.
Okay, and there it is on the screen, Hope Hospice. It's a great place just to call to get information, a great way to start. If you're in need of compassionate care of a hospice team, give Hope Hospice a call, and you can find their information online, as you can see at HopeHospiceSTL.com. Stay tuned to STL TV Live. We'll be back with more after this break.